We're going to go now to ABC4's Sarah Murphy, who's at Santaquin City Hall for us. Sarah, what are those that took part in today's ceremony, in today's procession, telling you? It had to be so emotional being there.
Yeah, that's right, Brian. Everything I've heard from people is just, they've all mentioned the overwhelming amount of support we've seen across the board here in Utah. The support inside Santaquin City Hall as dozens of officers and troopers gathered to tell us the latest information on what happened. Support from hundreds of members of law enforcement as they started a procession in Taylorsville and traveled nearly 50 miles to bring that fallen officer's body back home. Pain that's hitting home for hundreds honoring Santaquin Sergeant Bill Hoosier, especially for family.
Well, every time we'd hear something that had gone on in Santaquin, police-wise, we was always scared that it might have something to do with Billy. And this time it did. This time was terrible.
My son called us very early in the morning yesterday, told us.
And how was that?
It was devastating.
Members of law enforcement from agencies across the state paid their respect with strong salutes.
I've never seen this much law enforcement in my life. Together,
they lined the walkways while the motorcade led the procession carrying Sergeant Hoosier's body back home to Santaquin. In a press conference, police shared a semi-truck struck and killed Hoosier Sunday morning, a loss they say hits hard.
I know everybody says this when an officer gets killed, but Sergeant Hoosier was one of those guys that was really squared away.
And Hoosier's brother agrees.
We take solace knowing that Bill died a hero. Doing a job that he loved.
From Taylorsville to Santaquin, honoring a fallen officer.
Oh, Billy was fun, wonderful, wonderful husband and father.
I haven't seen anything like this, just very somber feeling. Everybody's kind of sad, heads down.
On a gray and rainy day with an atmosphere to match. Again, some high emotions from family, friends, and colleagues. You heard it there in that story. People told me at the procession they'd never seen anything like this. The number of people coming together. Some of the people who I spoke with at the procession, they didn't even know this fallen officer. They had no connection. They lived across the street, but they came out. They say they wanted to pay their respects. I want to note on some other thing that we're seeing showing the respects. These flags out here outside of Santaquin City Hall, they're being flown at half staff, to show that respect for the officer, for his family, and for the rest of the Santaquin police force. Live here in Santaquin, Sarah Murphy, ABC4 News. Bren, send it back to you.